G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. We are here on the brand new patch for Age of Empires 4 with some big changes coming through to these civilizations. Well, I say these civilizations, I'll be honest with you, the English, they barely copped a scratch. Other side though, Juicy's legacy, they got a little bit more than a scratch. They got nicked with the patch, but let's get into it. Let's introduce our players. Spawning in on the west side of the map in the color blue, currently sitting at rank number 66 on the ladder. Playing as the English, it's Divine DFP. And on the east side of the map, playing in the color yellow as Juicy's Legacy, currently rank 77 on the ladder. It is 194, the Great Unicorn. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a casted game. If you're enjoying this Age of Empires 4 content, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video. That's what I wanted to say. It really helps out with the traction of the videos. And look at what we got right here. Oh, my lord. We got two scouts touching each other, but they barely even saw each other right there. So DFP getting away with a beautiful little heist, I guess you could call it, right there. But let's check in on that south side. Let's check in with the Great Unicorn, see how he's doing. That's what we're going to be calling him this game. I'm curious to see what kind of strategy he's going to be going for this game. Now, you'll hear my voice is getting a little bit raspy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think this is about the 12th game I've casted today. I've casted quite a bit. I've casted a couple DFP games. I've casted, what have I casted? Don Hardy. Don't think we've casted any Voldemar games yet, but my voice is starting to get a little bit raspy, so I do apologize to you for anybody wondering why I'm casting so many games. Well, I'm heading away for Christmas. I'm going away for a couple of weeks. And well, you know, we got to make sure there's content there for you guys to enjoy over the Christmas period. So if there's something that you'd like to see, I'd ask you to leave it down in the comments. But the reality is, by the time you see this video, there's probably going to be another 50 or 60 videos that have been recorded, so it's not really going to have any bearing whatsoever on what we do. Never mind, he does pick it up. I was pointing out which area he was going to go in, but yeah, very well picked up there by him. Now, Divine's been on a hot streak recently. He's been in fast imperialing in every single game that I've seen him in. I don't know whether he's going to fast imperial in this game, but I reckon it's probably on the cards. Realistically, it is a map where you do spawn a little bit closer to your opponent. There's not a lot of space between you guys, but he does have a wood line to the front. So does his opponent, and that could buy him a little bit of room. The question's going to be about whether he looks to go for it. We've seen him do it fast imperial on this map before. Will we see it today? Already a little bit of difference coming out from him. Excuse the black screen right there. A little bit of difference from him. We do see the early wheelbarrow coming through from him. So normally he's just been going for the 9-2 build order, which is your standard English age up, gets you up at 2 minutes 15 seconds. Here you can see he's been a little bit of a delay. It's about a minute behind a full minute because that's going to be the wheelbarrow difference right there. But now, throwing up that council hall in the front of the base, exactly where you'd expect it. He's got a beautiful space back here once again for the town center to go straight between the gold and the stone. Lovely little spot for him. I'd be surprised to see him not move these villagers across over to the stone, but it looks like it might be a 1TC game for him. On the other side of the map, towards the front of the base, we've got the Great Unicorn throwing down the meditation gardens. Now, did he have a better option than this? Let's take a look and see. He does have the berries at the back here. He's got a gold vein. He could have gone for something like this, 60, 60, probably about 100 on that one. But here he's going to pick up 30, 48, because it's 8 times 6. And then a whole bunch of wood. Let's have a look and see. Oh my god, he got stone in it. Oh, we got the stone as well. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely well played. So we got 60, 108, and then it looks... Oh my lord, he's picked up a fair bit of wood here as well. It looks like he's going to be hitting 36 wood. So you're talking about 36 wood. Jeez, it's 96. Whoa, that's some good numbers, man. That's like 140. He's got 3.5 villages off this bad boy. Definitely an ace position here. I'm looking forward to the day we see a Juicy Legacy meditation gardens in the middle of the map here. We've seen it before on Golden Pit. The question's going to be whether we see it any more often, though, on a map like this. The resources are a little bit further away, so I don't think we'll see it, but have a look at this. A barracks coming up against the English. Are we going to see early palace guards? No way, no way, no way. This would actually be legit. This would actually be so sick. I would love to see this. Please tell me we see early palace guards coming out right now. Oh my god. Please, click it. Click it. Oh, I know he's going to... Oh my god, look at this! Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Ba-da-da-da-da. Love koto. Does anyone get that reference? If you get that reference, let me know. I tell you what, I've been in love with that podcast recently. It is so funny. I love Rudy. She's so funny. My wife is Filipino as well, so I always make fun of her. I'll pick up little things from... Oh, a little bit of idle time. A little bit of idle time. It's all right. We'll forgive it. So they've got a character on the podcast who's her name is Rudy, and she's Filipino as well. And it's just hilarious, the banter that goes on between those folks. But yes, it's oh my lord, I love that. If I can recommend a podcast, it is definitely that one. It is Bad Friends. Go check it out. It's got Bobby Lee in it. He's a funny guy. You'll like him. Anyway, upgrades starting to come through now for DFP. We see that horticulture as well as double broadaxe is online. Now keep in mind, this is a big strategy coming out from Divine DFP here. A little bit of a delay in units, but what he makes up for with what he lacks in the speed or the haste of units, he's going to be making up for with the economy. Keep in mind, he went for the opening wheelbarrow. Then he follows it up with these two big upgrades for horticulture, double broadaxe, and look at the resource allocation: 8 vils on food, 11 vils on wood. These are the important resource upgrades to get. So I think this is a really smart opening here. Let's dissect this a little bit further though. At the moment, he's got longbows out, 6 damage apiece. Going to be going up against the palace guards. Not the fastest unit out, but definitely a very fast infantry unit. A little bit slower than the Onabagation from the Japanese, but still much faster than the longbow. 1.38 movement speed versus 1.12. The one thing I would love to see from him early on, the Great Unicorn, is an early blacksmith. An early blacksmith just to get 1 more armor, because you can see he's only got 2 ranged armor on these units. So getting up to 3 ranged armor will make a fair bit of difference. And DFP actually spots this out right now, sees the early palace guards, and I'm curious how he looks to react to this, because he's not going to have that extra armor. He could just look to go into full longbow here. Now, let's just do some quick math here. Let's just say, hypothetically, Divine DFP wanted to play Feudal Age, and he wanted to try and one-shot, maybe two-shot these palace guards. They've got 120 health with 2 armor, which means that he's going to need... So let's just math it out. Let's say he's got the +1 upgrade. Actually, let's say they've both got their +1, so they cancel each other out. So you're dealing 4 damage a shot here, which means that you're going to need, with 4 damage a shot, I'm just doing the math here, 30 longbows to one-shot a palace guard. I think that's correct. I hope that's correct. That's a fair amount of longbows, but it's definitely achievable. You know, like, often I reference, whenever we watch the English, you want to try and keep your longbow numbers high, but not too high, about somewhere in the region of 25 to 30. And then after that, you want to add in men-at-arms. But here we see Divine adding them early. He spotted out the palace guards up against this counter-English strategy. And another thing to note, we don't have Song Dynasty coming through yet from Juicy's Legacy, which is kind of rare. But I'm not going to lie, I do like this for him early on. This makes a lot of sense. It does leave open the possibility of a castle age timing for him as well. Keep in mind, if you are spamming out these palace... Have a look at this. If you are... Oh my lord. I kind of like this strategy. Wow. Okay. All right. He's built the palace guards up. If he gets the ranged armor, goes castle age, immediately gets the castle age upgrade for the palace guards, immediately gets +2, and then attacks the English player. Oh, that could be massive. This could be a huge counter strategy against the English. But now Divine going to be pushing out. He's technically got enough longbows to two-shot the enemy player. But look at this fitted leatherwork coming in instead of ranged armor. A little bit of a mistake from the Great Unicorn here. Now going to be pushing out the longbows. Do indeed get that. Oh, it's only going to be a 1-shot and 2-shot, 3-shot came in. There we go. He's trying to link them up. The palace guards are making a connection. Villager's going to have to fall back away from it. The palace guards, he realizes it's time to go, go, go. He's looking to try and get a little bit of a connection on this front line. Doesn't find too much of it though. The longbows are doing a wonderful, a marvelous job, and that's just the whole reason why you cannot delay this iron undermesh. Longbowmen have already picked up their +1 ranged armor. Huge mistake coming out from the Juicy Legacy player. This has gone from one of the best strategies to counter the English to being one of the greatest mistakes in macro history. That's right, I'm talking about macro. That was a macro decision, which upgrade to get. He's going to go for the castle age, but at this point he's lost all of his units. He's going to be able to go in a Shaolin monastery, but it just feels bad at this point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're feeling bad about your economy, if you're feeling bad about your macro, then make sure you check out the Patreon. There are so many coaching videos out there, more than 100 coaching videos. And if you'd like your exclusive content, if you'd like to get coaching content for yourself, you can jump over there and find it over there. If you'd like Season 6 content, we've got it there as well. We'll have to pay a little bit more for the Season 6 content, but have a look at this. The Castle Age comes through. The Shaolin Monastery. Oh man, I feel like this was just one little connection away from being beautiful. Villager's going to get forced back off the gold vein. Oh, my lord. The gold vein. Had a little bit of a... Imperial official. Oh, Imperial official. If there's one thing you love in life, it is death. We can say that much. The one unit, you know, if there was a unit that was going to get awarded like the worst fighter in the game, I'd have to say it's the Imperial Official. This guy, he tries hard. He tries hard. He's always out here collecting tax, looking to come out. He's like, oh, there's 22 longbows on that gold mine. But there is 28 tax in the mining camp. Can I get to the mining camp before I die to the longbows? What do you guys think the answer was? Well, you already know. You saw it. You know what it is every single game the bloody Juicy Legacy or Chinese load in. It's always the same answer. The dumb Imperial Official always goes out to his stupid mining camp and always gets killed. But, oh, look at this. Oh, Trongo, you spoke a little bit too soon, my friend. The tax gets collected. The Imperial Official walks back to base and says, hey, guys, guess what I just picked up? Yep, you wouldn't believe it. I saw 46 longbows out there. They didn't even shoot me. All right, they were a little bit further away. Meditation Gardens. No longer going to be a passive landmark. Going to be a destroyed landmark shortly. No siege engineering, or at least no siege on the field just yet. Siege engineering not yet researched. He's got iron undermesh, but well, rather he hasn't got iron undermesh. But I guess you're not up against ranged units, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, which unit is the best unit to go into at this stage of the game? If you're playing as the Great Unicorn, which unit do you go into? That's my question to you. Do you go into the Palace Guard, or do you go into something a little bit larger, a little bit lancier? I know what I'd be going into. You can see how much difficulty he's having here. He's got 4 ranged armor, and he's almost getting 2-shot. The Palace Guards will make a connection. The damage is going to be lacking, and he's going to bring that scout forward once again, doing a great job just baiting those Palace Guards into it, trying to turn them back around. Now that attack speed's going to come through, these longbows, we're about to see their final form in the Feudal Age. He's got Castle Age, going to be on the way through shortly, but the Palace Guards just unable to keep up with the numbers here. I can tell you right now, the one unit he needs to go through to is the Lancers. You're only seeing longbows out from DFP at this stage of the game. It makes sense. You want to get in on top of them. Yeah, you're going to get focused down, but you got the damage, you got the health, you got the ability to get in there, get nice and close and personal. He does have the stable out. We know that much. And the other key upgrade that he needs to be looking for, +2 ranged armor. He's actually got that. I do take it back. He's got the +2 ranged armor that's now come through. He must have missed it. Palace Guards are working their magic. Hold your horses. He's got 13 of them out on the field at the moment. Now what he needs to do is look to get under the town center. He needs to look to get into the wood line. Just 1 or 2 Palace Guards off in this direction. One out here, one out towards the gold. Have yourself... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The Great Unicorn decides to pull out his helmet. Unfortunately, it's one of those special helmets that they get for the... I was actually looking for one of those helmets. You know, I was a little bit worried about my boy because he seems to be like... My wife sent me through a video today. Because I'm downstairs, he's upstairs, and he's hanging out. He's underneath the TV. The TV's mounted on the wall, and there's like a TV cabinet underneath where the TV would normally go. But we didn't want to put the TV on the cabinet because that cabinet with the TV on it, he'll just pull the TV off. So we had to mount the TV on the wall. So what does he do now? He stands on the freaking cabinet and tries to pull the TV off the wall. Anyway, I was like, this guy is he's trouble. And I'm thinking to myself, do I get him a helmet? Do I need to get this guy a helmet? Is he just going to bang his head on everything? And I read into the advice, and basically all the advice said, don't get him a helmet, because then he's just going to think he can jump off anything. Just RKO everything he wants. And then as soon as he gets to like the age of 6 and he does it, he's going to end up with a concussion. So just don't do it. Just tell him not to do that. Anyway, that's the same helmet that the Great Unicorn's wearing at the moment. It's that special helmet for the kids that never learn to not jump off the cliff, because unfortunately things are not going well for him at the moment. Juicy's Legacy, a strong civilization, but up against this English powerhouse in Divine DFP, is leaving a little bit to be desired. Villager count starting to favor Divine as well. He's got that second TC down, starting to produce plenty of resources. The age up has come through for his opponent, but remember, he's now looking for that Song Dynasty, looking to follow it up. And now Imperial Official jumps inside the town center, manages to survive another day. Veterans, he comes through on the longbow. He's looking for balanced projectiles as well. Wants to get that second ranged attack upgrade. But oh, this could be game right here, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be able to see the villagers. Let's ride on board with the Great Unicorn. Villagers have to evacuate now. Don't commit to the landmark. Get out of there, villagers. Run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. Get out of there, friends. He's losing a couple. He's lost... Hold on. He's lost 11 workers this game, and he's not killed any? 12 workers this game? How? All right, Palace Guards, go. Now is the time. Make it happen, Palace Guards. I want to believe. I want to believe that this strategy's got legs. Show me the legs. Show me the money. I know you didn't go into Lancers, but I still want to see your legs, 11. Let me see it. Shaolin Monk gets called back and told, hey, go pick up a relic. That scout once again getting caught in the action. There he is, managing to only cop a little bit of damage there. Now those Palace Guards going to continue to chase down all the longbows. They're somehow managing to outrun the fastest infantry that Chinese can throw at him, or the Juicy Legacy can throw at him. No crossbows yet to join the field, but I don't even think it's going to matter. He's just able to out-micro, able to overwhelm, and this is looking beautiful coming out right now from Divine DFP. We've seen him fast Imperial all day today, but it looks like today will not be that game. He will look to just play it the classic style, the feudal age into the castle age, a nice little standard, but now he's the number's starting to whittle down over here. I tell you what, the longbows are pretty strong, but the Palace Guards are doing a decent job of keeping them in check, and now the crossbows have finally joined into the party. This is where we start, as soon as we see that crossbow, we need to start mixing in horsemen. Horsemen are the key unit for us right now because we can't deal with these crossbows with our Palace Guards. They're going to be way too cost effective. And unfortunately, it looks like the Palace Guards do get cleaned up. And keep in mind, 2 TCs is currently through for our English player, which means he's going to continue escalating his economy away from Juicy's legacy. We did see that landmark come down, the Jiangnan Tower, which is going to reduce the cost of those town centers, but we can see he's got a little bit of gold, a little bit of stone in the bank. He will throw it down. Enough for that second TC. He will look for it now. The problem's going to be, right now we need to throw down almost a siege workshop. Could work. A siege workshop into a nest of bees. I think that would actually be a good hold for him here. It's going to be a really hard defense, though. I don't know how he actually goes about holding this, because the problem you're going to have is armor claddings coming through with the men-at-arms. And the men-at-arms aren't too troublesome. The issue is going to be when the nest of bees comes out, you need to repair it through the men-at-arms, which is fine. The problem is going to be all your villagers are going to get picked off by the longbows because he's just going to split the longbows. You're not going to be able to survive the damage. So that's important to consider. I don't know how he beats this. I think Horseman Switch is the appropriate way to go, but I mean, we've got Omnivision. We know what the composition is coming out. The Great Unicorn, while he has an extra horn on his face, he doesn't have an extra eye allowing him to see everything. And because of that, he's in a bit of a dilly of a pickle here, but he will spot out these crossbows once again. He's moving into Lancers, which is one of those other issues. Because he could look to be getting Horsemen out. Obviously, they are a little bit cheaper, and they're not as tanky, but remember that you're fighting up against crossbows now. The larger the number of crossbows get, the less relevant those Lancers become. And now coming around the south side of the map, you know what he could have used? He could have used a couple of walls this game. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a distinct lack of walls, but Palace Guards coming towards that front side. He's got to be careful. The villagers are on the move. The full migration's on over towards the enemy side of the map. I'm curious to see whether Divine's got vision down there. He doesn't. But the scout is running ahead. He's looking for the villagers. He may have done a little bit of cross over that sacred site. If he has, he may have exposed himself. And with that, there could be a potential GG moment down on that south position. We'll have to keep an eye on it. The Imperial official a little bit slow behind the villagers. You can see that wheelbarrow doesn't quite affect him. And now on that front line, keep in mind the crossbows have arrived. This is only half of the army that Divine DFP's got, but the men-at-arms on the front with their armor cladding are going to absolutely destroy these Palace Guards. And now we can see that the Palace Guards have to make a choice to come towards those crossbow, but it's not going to matter. He gets cleaned up completely. He's down to 12 military population after the death of his last Palace Guard, and with this, he's doing a little bit of a run around. Villagers in the middle of the map. He might get caught out of position. Palace Guards towards that top side underneath the town center. He will manage to find one worker kill, but it's not going to be anywhere nearly enough. His opponent's taken out 12 this game. He's on 2 TCs as well, and the villagers managed to escape by the skin of their teeth. Have a look at that. Line of sight, unfortunately, never makes a connection with those villagers. Very well played there by the Great Unicorn, pulling off a second miracle in one game. What was the first miracle? I don't remember the first miracle. I guess that he's a unicorn. That's pretty cool, right? Like, I don't know if it's a miracle. Would you call that a miracle? You know, if the Bible said that a miracle was performed because a man put a spike in the head of a horse and the horse lived, you could call that a miracle. Yeah, I would accept that. I mean, I'm sure the church would probably accept that as a miracle. That sounds like a miracle to me. I've seen miracles for less. Actually, have I seen miracles for less? You know, I'll be honest, I haven't seen many miracles in my life. There was a guy that played Dota 2. His name was Miracle. That's probably the best I can give you. Anyway, the push is coming to shove right now. Crossbow numbers have begun building. He's still only sticking to ranged units on this front. Keep in mind, there are men-at-arms somewhere else on this map. We don't see him on our screen at the moment. They're sieging down that Meditation Gardens. He's yet to commit to this front. So just wants to make sure his units stay alive. Keeps them back a little bit. Takes out a couple more villagers here. And we do indeed see towards that English base. All of the Juicy Legacy units are gone. Bit of a lead here at the moment for Divine DFP. 50 military against 11. He's got siege out though. There's the Nest of Bees. We talked about it before. The Nest of Bees could be what he needs to come back into this game. He's going to get some decent shots off, but unfortunately, they just kind of don't do anything. They hit the ground. Did you guys hear that wheeling sound? Did you hear the sound of it wheeling out? It was like... Second Nest of Bees. Men-at-Arms will be able to dive here. He needs to pull Vils to repair this. The problem is there's a lot of Men-at-Arms. I don't think he's got the front line for it. Nest of Bees need to focus the range units. They're going to be able to split. They get in close as well. The crossbows dishing out some damage. Able to take out these palace guards on the front. The villagers are going to try to repair, but it's not even going to matter. It is not going to matter. It is all over Red Rover. There's no way he holds this. The villagers go idle completely as the Nest of Bees go down. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. There's no two ways about it. The game gets called. Fellas, make sure and you go and check him out, Divine DFP. I'll leave a link in the description of where you can watch him live. He's over on Twitch. He's over there right now. He's streaming 18 hours a day. Not 18 hours, maybe like 4 hours a day. He's streaming a lot, though. Go say good day from me, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.